Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Junior. Welcome back to my show called Junior on Hoops. You already know what we do here. We get to the nitty gritty. We're going to talk about OKC a lot. But today, that's basically what we're going to talk about. OKC's last two games. I ain't made a video in a day or two. I have another video coming out later where we're going to talk about some other teams and how their number one options may not be number one options. But right now, let's get into OKC. We're going to talk about the last game against the Jazz and then the game on the 19th against the Kings. Let's start with the Kings and then work our way up to the Jazz because it was ugly and then it got better later. So once again, like, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Joining this journey with me. We're going to take it to the top as far as we can take it, man. Let's get right into it. One of the biggest things about OKC right now is they just proved again that they don't got to have a great shooting night to win the game against the Kings. They had a really rough night in the field. He was missing a lot of threes, missing a lot of gimmies. It was tight. The refs were calling it tight, kind of letting them play. A lot of household names on the Kings, but as we know, they don't really show up to play or really try to win games for some reason. But that night, for some reason, when teams play OKC, they're going to give us their best swing because we are the champions. So it makes sense. So they showed up to play. They tried to make it a rough game, but we ultimately pulled it out with a 113-99 victory. As you see, the margin is still there. It wasn't really that hard on us, but we were in control the whole time. One of the biggest keys I took from the night was our defensive intensity on the off-shooting night. For some reason, OKC just looks even harder defensively when they're missing shots. It's like when we're missing shots, it's like our defense just locks in more. We turn the oven up to broil, and we start cooking teams in the oven on defense. And then on the back end, it leads into transition buckets and leads to easy shots on offense. Most teams, I've noticed, they'll fold when they don't have defense. Their offense dies, they die. For some reason with us, when our offense dies, we like come alive. Our communication gets louder. You can hear it through the TV screen. Our passion on the defense end to try to win every possession shows up. You can see it through the TV screen. You got Case and Wallace out there. He's all over the place, flying around, playing the passing lanes. You can't get a regular pass off on Case and Wallace. You better ball fake that way, bounce past that side or something, because if you just try to come down and do a regular just lackadaisical pass, he's tipping it, tapping it every time. Alex Caruso's doing that right now. You got Lou Dort, just physical, playing that hard-nosed defense that we need. And then SGA playing the passing lanes, and then you have Chat back there cleaning everything up. It's every single one of them are on a string, and they can guard almost every single position. They can switch around. So it just makes us hard. And there's a difference between a good young team and a good young championship caliber team, and that's what we have, and that's what we're continuing to show. We're ready to repeat most likely. One of the biggest keys from that game is AJ. He just continues to shine. AJ Mitchell is a really, really, really bright spot for this OKC team. He's more elite than he looks, if that makes sense. You don't expect him to play how he looks. He's a dog. Like he's going to take people to the Baja. He's going to make the next pass. He's going to play. He makes the right basketball play, basically, to make it make sense. And then you can kind of plug and play him anywhere. And then one of the biggest things I'm noticing is he's getting better defensively, and that's scary for the league. Like I told you in my last video, he was averaging around, keeping his matchups around 30% from the field. That's scary for the league. If AJ Mitchell keeps this up on this trajectory, especially when J-Dub returns, I don't know what to tell people for OKC or how to deal with him. Good luck to whoever their scouts is in their strategy room on how to stop SGA, Chat, J-Dub, and AJ Mitchell. And then not even mention Aaron Wiggins. And then don't let Lou Dort have a hot shoot night, which he's known to do. We know Lou Dort's a streaky shooter, but he's known to have a hot shoot night. But AJ Mitchell's confidence is rising every game. He's creating shots. He's defending harder. And he's playing with that OKC discipline that I love to see. It's literally instilled in him. He's instilled that in himself. And I love to see that, man. You can see how comfortable he is in this system. He's unselfish, and he doesn't force anything. He's very smart with the ball. And then the biggest key is he brings energy and is efficient. His motor is high. He's always hands up on defense. He's sliding to the next man. He's helping over. He's closing out on the pass, jumping the passing lane. His role is growing, and OKC keeps finding these perfect developmental pieces that just developed into great players. Like, it's kind of scary how Sam Presti, like, he may be a time traveler. Sam Presti may be a time traveler because he finds these pieces that just fit in so perfectly. I'm excited to see what Sorber can turn out to be. I'm not too sure what's going to come with Topic and his situation that he has going on, but yeah, let's just move on with our Kings game, man. IHart, he's needed long term. If you've seen what IHart did in this game, man, he wasn't being aggressive offensively from the shooting standpoint, but rebounding and defensively, he was everywhere. He had 4 offensive rebounds. He was aggressive on defense. He had 5 player fouls. The rest were calling it, like I said, they were calling it close. He had 5 player fouls. He was aggressive. He had to sit out a lot, but his screen setting is unmatched. His physicality is unmatched. His rebounding is unmatched. He just brings the toughness that's needed to help Chet on the back end be able to be that finesse player and not always have to absorb all of that contact. And then just the chemistry between him and Chet and Shea and how they're just messing right now with J-Dub out is like, it's dangerous because Chet missed a lot of last season. So J-Dub, SGA, and IHart got a lot of time to play together and they were able to mesh well. And that showed up in the playoffs with J-Dub and IHart screens and things like that. Now you got Chet, SGA, and IHart playing together with J-Dub missing time, and you're seeing the meshing happen now. You're seeing the mixing bowl come together. You're seeing IHart do the DHO with Chet, or you see him come do a flare screen, Chet do a flare screen with SGA. You see Chet and IHart doing ball handling, pick and rolls with big men. The drop off to the lob to IHart is always there from Chet, or vice versa. Their chemistry's coming together, and that's another recipe for a championship team. Like, I don't know how much I can say it. OKC's dominance, even when shots aren't falling, is just unmatched. Not too many people can show up and match what we're bringing when we're not making shots. That's the biggest key. We don't make shots, but we keep the game close enough so that our closer SGA at the end of the game can close that game if we need him to. But he doesn't play a lot of fourth quarters right now, so we don't even need him to close quarters or close games because we're handling business early on in the game and throughout the whole 48 minutes. So OKC keeps proving they can win any kind of game. That's what I'm starting to notice right now. And when you can win any kind of game, you inevitably end up in the championship game. And if you can win any kind of game, you inevitably end up winning the championship of the NBA. So we may be repeating, but let's move over to this game against the Jazz. It was a fun game, man. OKC was shooting the lights out. OKC had no problem showing up on the defensive end as always. You got Chet that had a block. You got SGA with a block. You got Brandon Carlson came in and got a block. Jalen Williams had 2 steals. Chet Holmgren also had 2 steals. You got Cason Wallace. He had 4 steals. You know, he's flying all over the floor. Can't do nothing with Cason Wallace, Defensive Player of the Year. I don't care what no one says. If he doesn't get Defensive Player of the Year, then obviously it's rigged. This positionless basketball, he all over the place. But we're going to get into this shooting night, man. SGA 3 for 3 from 3. Lou Dort 3 for 4 from 3. Cason 4 for 6. I'm sorry. Cason 4 for 6 from the field, but 2 for 4 from 3, man. You got J. Will. He went 5 from 7. He was struggling with his shot. You can see J. Will been in the gym and he not having it. He went 5 for 7 from 3. He knocked down almost every single ball he touched. All of his shots was from the three-point line. I didn't mind it today because he was knocking them down. When we were playing the Kings the other day and he had Schroeder on him, I was like, J. Will, get in the paint, use your size, and put Schroeder in the Baja, bro. Stop playing. That's one thing that I want to see J. Will develop over this season from his game is when your perimeter game isn't there and teams are disrespecting you by putting a little guard on you because they know you just stand out on the perimeter, switch it up and get in the paint. He did try to do one play. I'm sure Dagnall wrote something up where he got in the paint, but then it seemed like he didn't have no moves to do against Schroeder. Man, if you don't get that, one, throw your leg back, one dribble, drop step between your leg, boom, and go up and bang that shit on Schroeder. My bad, y'all. I got a little too excited when I started talking about J. Will becoming a big man for real and getting in the paint against Schroeder, man. But back to this game against the Jazz, man. Isaiah Joe was 4 for 5, man. AJ Mitchell 2 for 3 from the three. So we literally was just knocking out shots. We shot 61% from the field, 62% from three. Like, I really don't have too much to say on this game. We won the game 144-112. I believe Shea didn't play the fourth quarter once again. He still had 31 points, 8 assists. He only had 2 turnovers. He had 1 steal, 1 block, man. IHart, 12.6 rebounds. Chet had 11 points. He kind of had a rough game, but we all know Chet's better with rest. So I'm not too worried about Chet. Just with a little bit more rest, he probably show up and play better. But then also, only worry I might have is if Chet has a problem scoring on larger or same size defenders, like, because they had Lauri Markkanen guarding him for a bit, and it kind of seems like that was affecting his game. And Chet got to kind of get more confident with being able to score on defenders that may be bigger than him, because he's going to face that a lot. It's just inevitable. It's not the biggest guy weight-wise. So, outside of that, the game was a fun game to watch. If you watched the game, we were knocking out shots. If you loved the Thunder, you got to see our end of our bench play. Chris Youngblood came in. He had a couple shots, made a couple plays. AJ Mitchell, obviously, bright spot as always for our team. We just continue to shine. We continue to show up and get things done. And I'm just excited to see how far we're going to take this season. So, once again, that's all I really got. OKC Thunder. Thunder up. We're going to the top, man, with this. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking and subscribing, sharing my video, and just tuning in basically every time I post a video. I'm going to get more organized and get a schedule out so I can have it scheduled and let you guys know when I'm going to post. Once I get everything in order with how I want the page to run and the type of content I want to put out on the page. And the page will continue to grow and just go from there. So once again, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching, spending your time watching my video. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, man. And go to the top with me, like I said.